Welcome in then to the latest edition of Extra Time. Oh, Jan's very close to the camera. There he is.
That's all right.
Ali's here, as is Stevie. Ali, I don't have the...
Oh, change your pace. Change your pace. Change your pace.
Jan, how have you been? I feel like I haven't seen you for a while. What's been going on?
Wait a second.
I am fine. I'm fine.
The questions are not here.
I had a weekend off. I went to my parents' home, stayed there for 3 days, which was brilliant.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely, Jan. Oh, very good.
Yeah,
That's all right.
West coast of Norway, the most beautiful place on earth.
Beautiful. There you go. For Jan, how quickly does Pep reintroduce Haaland to the squad, seeing as they're flying high without him? Wow.
I won't say anything, but I was planning to do Liverpool-Chelsea next Wednesday. I'm doing City-Burnley.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Breaking news.
Oh, I guess he's covering Oscar Bob.
I like it.
Yeah, good point.
Can you read between the lines, Stevie? Jan, percentage chance of Leverkusen ending Bayern's 10-year run this season. You gave us 55%, I believe, on the show.
I did, and it's one of the reasons is that that Bayern can't take the heat of Leverkusen. Can you imagine what's going on in German football? And I think it's a lot of down to Alonso. Bayern will kind of find a trick. They will be linked to Florian Wirtz. They will be linked to Boniface. They will be linked to Tah. And they will even be linked to Alonso. But Alonso just calmed down, is doing his own passes, playing in 5 against 2 in training, have a good time, and winning games in Augsburg and in Leipzig.
You know what?
55, higher or lower, Ali?
Oh, I'm taking Bayer Leverkusen at this point, yeah.
Yeah.
And can I just say that we talked about Thomas Tuchel in the show a lot, and it is very damning evidence when you see Thomas Tuchel's Bayern Munich and you see Xabi Alonso's Bayern Leverkusen.
Right.
Because you see the influence and the personality of a manager in Leverkusen, and you're not seeing any of that at Bayern Munich. So when you put those things together, Bayern Leverkusen have been the best team in Bundesliga by far. Bayern Munich have hung around because of the goals of Harry Kane and because they found some ways to get and run into results. But in terms of consistency, Leverkusen have been much better.
Stevie, did you ever get fined or punished for criticising the referee after a match?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Couple of times. Couple of times I got fined. I mean, I didn't swear, but basically
No, of course not.
blamed the referees for losing the game.
Right.
Brought up certain decisions. So yeah.
How much did you get fined?
I think the first one was like $1,000.
Ooh.
And the second one was $1,500.
How was that? Telling Eleanor that first.
Well, that was the biggest problem. On the drive home going, they're telling today or they'll wait till Monday.
You're going to rip it off, sure, like a Band-Aid, isn't it? Just go for it.
Yeah.
Does Paul get fined as well?
No.
By association, it's all on you?
No, he only gets fined when he gets sent off.
Right. Which happened once?
Which happened once when I got sent off the previous game.
Oh, look, Neil Warnock tells a story of making his players pay the fine.
Yeah.
For what he said in the post-match interview.
Well, if you knew Neil Warnock, then you wouldn't be surprised at that.
Right.
All right.
Jan, have you ever been fined?
Yeah, I haven't been fined. I've never been sent off in my career, but we played with Rapid Vienna. We played Inter. That was the year when they won the UEFA Cup with Matthäus, with Klinsmann, with Bremer. And we beat them the first game. The second game we played in Italy. There was no chance that they were supposed to lose that game. It's around 91, and you can imagine the quality of the referees at the time. And we played at the end 11 against 9. We got 2 men sent off, and we still went to the extra time, lost 3-1, and we were of course out. So our vice president, who sadly died a couple of months ago, bless him, but he didn't say anything to the referee, but he went into the referee's room and started crawling around on the floor and under the benches. And the referee asked him what he said, I'm looking for the bag of money that you have received from the Italians. He was suspended 1 year, no surprise.
Well, back in even in the 90s, I mean, because in the 80s, absolutely, referees were getting paid off. But even in the 90s, it was actually allowed that the referees would get gifts from the home team.
Yes.
I mean, and I'm not talking about a little toy or something. I'm talking about like watches worth thousands of pounds.
A little toy.
Well, we used to get... So when we'd go to the hotel, everybody had a little present in the room.
Right.
But it would be like a little...
From who? Who's giving
From
you
the
this
hotel.
present? The hotel are giving you.
It'd be like some little
Trinket.
toy.
A trinket.
Toy rubbishy waste of time.
Right.
Okay.
But not the referees.
No, they got
they
proper
were getting
presents.
they were getting Rolexes.
Ali, would you swear at referees in Spanish or English?
Both.
Right.
Yeah. But in Spanish there is more variety.
Yeah.
There's more space to really express your thoughts and
Right.
feelings. So I trying to go Spanish once I go really mad. I go back to my roots.
Yeah, do you go Norwegian when you get mad, Jan?
Unfortunately not. I'm not a big swearer, but just in English. So I had a problem because I only swear in English. So I had a problem. But I learned some German phrases. But in Germany, also in the 90s, you were allowed, especially in England, you were allowed more to talk to the referees. You would have a dialogue. They would run around you. They would say, well done, unlucky, and all that kind of thing. And when at the end of my career, when I played in German, I couldn't say hello before a game without getting a booking. So that was a big, big difference.
But the refs used to be able to swear at you.
Right. And you like, Craig talks about loving that.
No, it was great.
Yeah.
I remember a guy called Lester Sharpter gave a free kick. I said something to him, I swore at him, and he just turned at me and gave me the same back.
Right.
And I was like, fair enough.
Yeah.
And that was it.
There you go.
None of this nonsense now. You
ever try that at home?
Of course not.
That's why you leave it on the field, Dan. You leave it on the field.
Yeah, you don't take it home with you, Dan.
Yeah.
No, definitely not. Stevie, was your full debut for Liverpool as good as Conor Bradley? Was looked good yesterday against Bournemouth?
Well, he came on as a sub, didn't he? You're right, full debut.
Yeah.
I would say no, because my debut was completely and totally and utterly forgettable,
Okay.
which is perfect.
Right.
Don't make any mistakes.
Keep it simple.
Keep
Don't
it simple.
muck it up. Yeah.
Don't muck it up. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably didn't get the attention that he got, but yeah, absolutely normal.
Well, will he be Player of the Year? Probably not. No, exactly.
Nah, good point.
No, yes. Arrival fits, Ali, have become more of a thing this season when players go to training sessions. During your playing day, was it also similar? If so, which of your teammates tried the hardest on the arrival photos and who pulled it off best?
It's an arrival fit.
So you know when you see them coming down the tunnel in football, basketball, and they've really made an effort?
Okay. Well, we usually, quite frankly, would have the team gear on.
Right, so you were kind of... you think of Graham Souness would make an effort, no? No?
Well, I'm not sure what you're on about here.
So when you go to games...
You're talking about
The outfit you're wearing.
The outfit
when we
you're
get
wearing.
off the bus to go to...
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, we used to wear our own suits.
Right.
But to be honest, it was just a case of who you could wind up and slag off the most for what they had on.
There was obviously the time you wore Eleanor's pants.
I did, aye.
Yes. Would you like to tell that story?
Well, so I was getting ready in the hotel to get on the bus to go to the game, and as I said, we used to wear our own gear, we used to wear our own suits.
Yes.
And part of the problem was that if you had something that was just a little bit different, you would get absolutely annihilated by everybody. And even if you didn't have anything different, you just got annihilated anyway. Unfortunately, I kind of got away with it. So I was getting dressed to get on the bus, and I pulled my pants on.
Yeah.
And the zip was at the back. And I thought, oh dear, I've picked up the wrong pants for the washing line.
Yeah.
But I got away with it.
Right. These are trousers, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I got away with it.
Right.
Until I'd had about 7 or 8 beers on the bus.
Right. And then you're like, look, everyone.
I told one of the lads, and then of course 2 seconds later, the whole bus knew it.
Were you disappointed not to have the Spice Boys FA Cup final suits back in the day?
That would never have happened
Yeah.
our day.
That was quite something, wasn't it?
No.
Was it David James who designed them? I'm trying to.
I think it was JMO, yeah.
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 Wow.
Yeah. I still.
These were all white, Ali, and were quite a
Unbelievable.
statement.
Pure white.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just ridiculous. I'm still shocked that Ronnie and Roy somehow didn't make them change it and not let them wear it. I still don't understand that.
But it's also a thing that it's more done now because social media and everybody has access to the phones or whatever. So your outfit is actually going to be seen by a lot of people.
And you want it to be seen.
Yeah, exactly. But
zip at the back.
Yes, correct. But now, back then, you didn't quite get this sort of attention, even if you had a zipper in the back.
Jan, what was your arrival fit like?
In the 90s, we all had the same boring tracksuit, didn't we? But on a serious note, I would say that sometimes I was, for a couple of years, manager for the Norwegian national team, and the players, this is 5-6 years ago, they had the biggest, like this kind of thing. Was it in English? The
headphones?
Earring.
Headphones.
Headphones. The biggest headphones in the world, and they came out of the bus. They just went into the dressing room, and I stopped that. I said, take them off. Because that is a body language. They're all, but they're all these fans standing outside from the bus going into the stadium. My God, it's 50 meters. Take off your things and say at least with your body language that you love your fans. And also, there is no harm in going over and sign some autographs. So I was standing in the bus when they came out. You left, you right, you left, right. Take off your speakers and try to do something, because sometimes I'm not an old. Yes, I am an old man, but I understand that the new generation got a different view than us and different things. But still, that to connect with the fans, you don't do that with these headphones that looks bigger than your head.
Bravo, Jan. Hey,
you know what? It's not just the fans, Jan. It's each other as well.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you remember Maka? We were having a pint, and Maka was, because I was asking about what the players like now. And, because we used to have a right laugh and a carry on and this and that. And he said, I got on the plane, they were going somewhere, I got on the plane, he goes, and there was absolute silence.
Right.
Yeah.
He said, because one, they had the big headphones that Jan's on about, and they were either listening to music, or they had their iPads, they were watching movies, or watching it, but there was absolute silence. There was no communication, no connection, nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, we used to...
Which takes us back to one of your more famous quotes on this show. I don't like flying anymore because nobody's singing.
Well, yeah, we used to have a sing song as well. I mean, we used to run around, the sick bag, we used to run around, sneaking up behind people, blowing it up and going like that. I mean, you can't even do that anymore.
What's wrong with people?
I mean, seriously.
Health and safety gone mad.
But so it was constantly that sort of stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And now you try and you get dragged off.
Oh, now you get pulled off the flight and stuck in jail.
Yeah. But
I don't know when this show became anti-Beats by Dre, by the way.
But Stevie got a very valid point. I haven't thought about that for some time. Because in England, when you go to games, you always go with a bus. But there were sometimes we went with a plane, and going plane with English football players, that was so funny. Because it was all kind of tricks. And if someone stood up, a grandmother or a grandfather, there was always a player, sit down! And they went down straight away. And all those kind of things. That is child on a trip, although it was funny.
I got to tell you that. Go on. My favourite one was not long after I joined, one of my first trips. It was pre-season, and we're in the bar in the airport, and we had like a £5 note sellotaped on the end of a little thing that you pulled. So it was about 10 foot long, and you would sit in the chair and go like that and throw it out, and people would be like, oh, all right, and go to pick the money up, and you just go. And of course, we were all sitting, everybody was kidding on, they weren't looking, but as soon as the person in the bar went to pick it up, you just let it go and it came in, and the whole place erupted. We were all laughing. I mean, that's what we used to do.
Simpler times.
Yes. Yeah.
You should try that when you go on holiday, when you fly on Fridays.
See how that works.
Start a sing song.
Yes. Just get in the plane and sing, Stevie.
That is it. That brings us to the end of today's show. Thank you very much to everyone who has been on.
Imagine Stevie on the mic.
I've seen Stevie on the mic.
I know. I've seen you on the mic.
All right then. We will be back tomorrow. Chelsea Borough, of course, in the Carabao Cup.